Hello everyone, welcome back to Pably. In this video, we're going to learn how to set up webhook inside BigMarker. BigMarker is an online platform that helps people create and host webinars, virtual events, and meetings. It allows users to share live video, presentations, and engage with participants through features like Q&A, polls, and chat. Businesses, educators, and event organizers can use big markers to host large conferences, training sessions, or smaller interactive meetings. And in this video, we're going to learn how to set up webhook inside Big Marker with Pably Connect. Okay. So now you can see that I've created a workflow with Pably Connect in the name of how to set up webhook inside Big Marker, and you can see there are two windows in front of you. One over here says trigger, other says action. Trigger and action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two concepts. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means our action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first, and for the trigger application, what we are going to do is we are going to select it as Big Marker. As we are going to learn how to set up webhook inside Big Marker, that is why for the trigger application, I'm going to select it as Big Marker, okay? And for the trigger event, you can see that Pably Connect has provided us a trigger event, that is new registration. As with the help of Big Marker, I have created a webinar. You can see over here. I want that as soon as a new registration by any of my participants are going to be done for this webinar with the help of Big Marker, automatically Pably Connect should capture the response. So that is why for the trigger event, I'm going to select it as new registration. As I'm going to select my trigger application and the event, you can see that Pably Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. This webhook URL acts as a bridge between Big Marker and Pably Connect so that whenever a new registration, as a trigger event is new registration, as whenever a new registration is going to be done by any of my participants for the webinar using Big Marker, automatically Pably Connect is going to capture the response and we are going to connect Big Marker to Pably Connect with the help of this webhook URL. By following the steps given here below in the help desk, we are going to connect them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is firstly I'm going to copy this URL from here. Now step by step we are going to follow these steps given here below in the help desk. It says log in to your Big Marker account, navigate to my webinar, select the webinar, go to integrations, webhooks, enable webhook integration to this webinar, copy the URL above and paste it under outgoing URL field and save it. So these are the steps that we are going to follow in order to connect Big Marker to Pably Connect. So first let us log into our Big Marker account. So as you can see that this is the dashboard of my Big Marker account and I've already logged into it. Okay. As I've logged into it, you can see that this is my webinar that I want to connect to Pably Connect right over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this webinar from here. So this is the webinar that I'm hosting and now I want to connect this webinar to Pably Connect so that whenever a new registrations for this webinar is going to be done, automatically Pably Connect is going to capture the response of that. Okay, so now we're going to connect this webinar to Pably Connect. To connect this webinar to Pably Connect, over here in this bar right away it says integrations. I'm going to go to this integrations option. As we're going to land towards the integrations page, if I'm going to scroll down, the last option given over here comes as webhook. I'm going to select it. As I'm going to select it, you can see that the webhooks page is then going to appear in front of you. In webhooks, it comes as incoming webhook and outgoing webhook. Over here in the help desk, it says outgoing URL. So we are going to turn on this outgoing webhook button right over here. I'm going to turn on the outgoing webhook. As I'm going to do that, you can see that it is asking for the outgoing URL. So for the outgoing URL, I'm going to paste the webhook URL that Pably Connect has provided us. Okay. As I've done that, if I'm going to scroll down, it says save. I'm going to click on the save button in order to save the webhook URL. It says webhook integration is updated. This means the webhook is now been saved over here. Okay. As the webhook is now been saved over here, if I'm going to go back to the edit page of my webinar, As this webinar is connected to Pabbly Connect by entering the webbook URL over here. So now what we are going to do is we are going to check whether Pabbly Connect and Big Marker is connected or not. For that, what we are going to do is we are going to create a dummy registration to this webinar right over here, and we are going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the new registration being done or not. Okay, and how we're going to do that, you can see in the manage webinar over here, it says view landing page. I'm going to open this in an incognito window right over here. As I've done that, you can see this is the webinar that I'm hosting. I'm going to register right over here. It is asking for the details of the registration, the participant. It is asking for the full name of the participant. I'm going to write it as testsmart5. For the email over here, I'm going to write it as testsmart5@pabblitudes.com, and for the phone number over here, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number. After filling all the details, I'm going to click on this registration button. As you can see, it says thank you for registering for this webinar right over here. As the registration is done, I'm going to open my Pabbly Connect workflow, and I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect has captured the response of the new registration being done or not. For that, I'm going to open my workflow that I've created. I'm going to scroll down, and yes, you can see right over here the registration response has been captured right over here. For the webinar title, you can see right over here the start time. Over here we've received the details of the registrant, that is first name as Test, last name as Smart5, email as testsmart5@pabblitudes.com with the mobile number and all the other details. This means that Big Marker is now successfully connected to Pabbly Connect, and this is how you set up webbook inside Big Marker with Pabbly Connect. So if you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.
Not just with these applications, you can create automation with the help of Pabbly Connect between multiple applications. If you have any doubts, you can send us email on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask your queries on forum.pabbly.com. If you have any queries regarding the pricing of Pabbly Connect, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions and doubts, and please share this video, and thank you for watching.